What's up, Aries? This is going to be your love check-in for the second half of September. This is for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, and for the cross watchers. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give me a like, throw me a comment, share. It does help out my channel. If you're new here, I put these out every 2 weeks, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell if you want to keep up with me as I do. I do offer personal readings. All the info for that's in the description box of the video. There's a long wait for a reading with me at the moment, so if you wanted to explore your options, I've put links to my affiliates, Mystic Sense and Spiritual Blossom, in the description box as well. Mystic Sense will give you your first 5-minute reading free, and Spiritual Blossom will give you a bonus, $10 if you deposit $20 with a reader. So check them out if you feel called to do so. And otherwise, if you wanted to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, I put the links to those in the description box as well. Aries, I'm going to do check-in. Person on your mind, how do they feel about you? Then how do you feel about them? Then the projected potential outcome for the second half of September. To any of my newbies here, I say potential because on this channel I fuse law of assumption into my readings, which means that the readings are just checking in points into the version of you, the version of your specific person, and the connection that you have selected and manifested out of the infinite versions that are available right now. Law of assumption, creation is finished. Everything exists in the now, all at once. And if you would like to manifest things differently, things on the outside and people are a reflection of your current version and state of consciousness. You just need to shift your state of consciousness, the version of you, Aries, that you're being, and reselect another version of the connection and the person, okay? With your focus. So look at some of the materials I've posted and some of the great coaches online, and Neville Goddard and Joseph Murphy, and I like to teach as I go. So guys, the person on Aries' mind, how do they feel about Aries? There's a waiting energy, waiting. High Priestess, waiting, High Priestess in the reverse, waiting for, if you've been in non-communication, sort of waiting to maybe break the silence, or yeah, something about things that have been revealed. There could be a stalling energy, and the Moon card in the reverse, High Priestess card in the reverse, could be this sense of things having come to light that were hidden. Okay, so yeah, Four of Cups is in the reverse. King of Swords is about honesty and truth. So in the near past, okay, it seems to be with the Four of Cups in the reverse that there's been some kind of a rejection, wound or disappointment, and it may be around truth or honesty, because I just saw too much about that, things coming to light. So maybe there's a waiting to have a conversation or clear the air, Aries, around Two of Pentacles. Lots of back and forth between you and this person, especially that Three of Wands that I saw when I was shuffling. There's been maybe waiting, means that this could have been going on for a little while. So back and forth, also wanting to get clear on why there's back and forth, or get clear on whether there's been Two of Pentacles can be weighing up options. That could be something that came to light. Okay, Aries. Now, I don't want any of these readings to trigger anyone. Like, it's just one version, as I said, and I'll explain when I do your side of the street, and as I go, for those that want it, how you can adjust things. Okay. Yeah, the Fool card in the reverse. There could have been this unwillingness to really go for it to date. And the Fool card also in the reverse could be a bit of this kind of, maybe someone was a bit reckless in some kind of a way, or not completely honest. But the Magician card is here. So they're trying to manifest maybe this conversation. I want to get a bit more on the Two of Pentacles, the King of Cups in the reverse. Something with the back and forth has caused a feeling of like the love is kind of lost. Now, King of Swords, King of Cups, like the King of Swords is in the upright, which means that maybe when things are good and and balanced, because this is also about balance. When things are good, the conversation is good and honest and truthful and open, and then it can kind of go back and forth between that, and King of Cups in reverse can feel like emotional manipulation, guys. I don't want to trigger and load anything, but truthfully, this could just be like the dynamic and the version that's shown up today. It's just led to, or the back and forth has led to a feeling like the love isn't really there. You know, King of Swords can also be a bit cold and detached, kind of an energy. So the mirror could morph between warm, hot, cold, like loving, not loving. Yeah, there's that Moon card in the reverse, had to come out. See guys, so the cards still come out perfect, what I channel. Something here, it's like the Moon, shadow stuff also. So if you're dealing with someone that goes hot and cold or in and out, or can be can hold back a lot emotionally, I mean, that's shadow stuff, that's fears. Okay, we'll more importantly see what's going on with you. If you've selected a person that has unhealed shadow stuff, guys, and you want them, don't focus on they have all this work to do, etc. My regulars know what I'm talking about. Anyone that's new, you'll understand what I'm saying. But this is like, you've just selected a person that's unhealed. Now, you can hold on to that version and wait for them to heal. But if you want them, it's not that helpful. If you want, there's a version of you that has it right now, much more preferable, okay? Yeah, there's an 8 of Swords in the reverse. So there's been a lot of limiting beliefs and fears projected into this situation. Back and forth, juggling, insecurities. King of Swords can be that cold and detached, could be reckless words, something like that, defensiveness, 7 of Wands, Aries. But still hanging on to hope with the Star card, maybe wanting a renewal, like a healing with you, because they're still manifesting you. So Aries, I mean, look, this could be energy that gets ping-ponged back and forth and not giving you guys shit. It's just much more helpful, because this is why I can teach you, if I do both ends, then I can say, okay, this is what they're feeling. We also don't need to care, because they're going to change what they think and feel anyway when you change your dominant assumption about them. Or if you're being triggered and this has hurt you in some kind of way and you never want to feel that way again, we never want to, because they are just confirming some limiting belief you have in this version of Aries and some kind of subconscious assumptions and beliefs, and then they're a mirror, so they're you pushed out, and they're just projecting, you're projecting it without knowing it, okay? So you just don't want to feel that way again. So let's have a look. The Star card. Yeah, I mean, guys, 9 of Wands, wounds, and there's something here around choices, options, mixed feelings, mixed messages, and things feeling like they're at a crossroads. I mean, back and forth, everything just left at a pause, at a crossroads. There's a wound. Okay, now 7 of Cups, this is fears around other energies potentially. Now for some of you, that is what's manifested. Okay, juggling options, juggling other energies, non-committal, something like that. Or seemingly warm and loving and then cold and detached, because there's a betrayal wound here, 10 of Swords. Now, if that is what's manifest in your reality, it's, again, Aries, there's a version of you. It's come from, if you've selected someone that has, again, I'm not excusing shit behavior or narcs or whatever you guys want to say in the comments, okay? But any other coach will tell you this, okay? It's not your fault, but you just manifest everything. So they've just come from something in your consciousness and coming from a fear of not being good enough, an old betrayal story, okay? Not being the chosen one. Most relevant is that there's a version of you that doesn't have that in your consciousness, that doesn't have any belief and wouldn't have that assumption that people would do that to you. Look at the last video I posted about conscious and subconscious, guys, and manifesting and shifting outcomes. There's a betrayal wound. There's an abandonment wound. So you could have dealt with a person that has that, okay, in their shadow. So they show up in a certain type of way, the quote unquote avoidant, narc, whatever you want to call them, guys. Then they behave a certain type of way. That's triggered you. Or they could have interpreted your behavior, got triggered, and done whatever they've done, okay, Aries? But basically right now it's looking confusing. There is this wanting to have like maybe an honest conversation. 7 of Wands is guardedness, but also maybe persistence, and they're still manifesting. You're the king manifestor, Aries. So if you want it, you're manifesting, your dominant assumptions trump theirs. And if you want a preferable version, we need to focus on that, because this looks a bit shit. You don't want to keep going round and round on this timeline, and if you want them. Otherwise, like I told you, you just got to fuck it away. You might just be curious what they think and feel. But you also want to manifest better, okay? All right, Aries, so what do you think about this person? 7 of Swords, there's trust issues. Something's been avoided. And then there's the 10 of Pentacles. So maybe you had thought about 10 of Pentacles with this person, but you're not trusting it. 10 of Pentacles would be the future. We've got Aquarius energy, Pisces energy, Virgo, Gemini. Yeah. How does this person feel? How does Aries feel about this person? Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Like there's a stop energy at the moment. Let's see. Hierophant card, King of Wands in the reverse, Magician. So you're mutually manifesting each other, Aries, but maybe you're manifesting from a place where if you're getting this crappy version, sometimes we hold on to the crappy version because we want to like fix the mirror. So guys, if you keep getting re-triggered and hurt by this because of what's gone on and you want them to change, you can have the change version, but not here where you're like getting re-hurt and looking at their behavior and wanting them to come in differently. That's when you go round and round. It's awful and exhausting and painful. Okay, so no one to change but self. Okay, the version of you and your dominant assumptions about them. You have to fuck it all away and make new assumptions about them. They will shift for you. But your Magician card, there is this King of Wands in the reverse. So something here to do with, if I want to give it a label, the King of Wands in the reverse can be like the player. And then we have the Hierophant card in the upright. So something about, you know, Magician card, like manifesting commitment, but an assumption around, you know, someone's not, they're only focused on maybe the chemistry, the attraction, maybe a bit of a player. Let me see, yes, trust issues, potentially sneakiness. And then the King of Cups in the reverse from both decks, guys. See why I do it this way. So King of Cups in reverse, maybe a bit of this, like the love is lost over some issue to do with this, the way things have played out so far. Knight of Swords in the reverse, Shadow Knight of Swords. Harshness, abrupt endings, erratic communication, recklessness. And then you've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. On the other hand, Aries, for those of you that want it, so please don't give me hell in the comments. Why would I want him? Well, fuck it then, guys. Not your reading, or it's just you're reading into a person you don't want them, but you still should shift and not ever have any limiting belief or subconscious assumption that you're not worthy or lovable or whatever, okay? You deserve the best. Wheel of Fortune, you do feel on a level that this is fated or destined. Maybe you feel like with effort, there could be a positive shift. I mean, Ace of Wands is passion, chemistry. Seems to be that there is passion and chemistry, but there's been, in the heart space, a withdrawal of that or a doubting and a fear, not trusting it. Okay, here's King of Cups in reverse. As I said, on the heavier side, that can be like feeling emotionally manipulated. Now, you both have that. Again, Aries, I'm not giving you shit. This person could have some kind of a fear, a limiting belief because of their story. They could have negative assumptions about love, and then they could act some kind of a way, and they could be manipulative. And then Aries, you could react to that, and this is how things go. And then there's a dynamic, and you, like I said, that's the version that you selected that has some shit in their past or whatever behaviors. So either way, you know, maybe you want a positive shift. Maybe you want this person to make an effort. I did say to you, Aries, if you are here, for those that want it and you're still waiting for this person to change, then it's maybe exhausting. Maybe you are hoping for some kind of a commitment with this person. I mean, some of you, very small portion of you, are dealing with a situation where there's back and forth and juggling because someone's in a commitment elsewhere. Don't take it if it's not your story, but there's confusion here. There's Seven of Cups. And I did say some of you have other cups or choices. One person might have lots of choices, another person might be in a commitment, okay? Or it might have started out nice and then there was a lot of fears and limiting beliefs of not really being chosen, an old wound, then reaction, like anxious, avoided, back, forth, whatever labels you want to give it. Anyway, you still feel a lot of passion for this person. Maybe you want to reignite the passion, but there's lack of trust. Okay, Aries. So let's see what this person is going to come forward with, okay? And you can go away today, guys, and completely fuck all of this away and just focus only on what you want. None of it's so relevant. Circumstances don't matter. Even if there is an outside commitment, guys, you're not fucking with anything or manipulating anything. We're not trying to change the circumstances of this version. We're stepping in with our minds into a reality where this is what we have. We've already made a decision. All the pieces move perfectly, can manifest very fast because infinite versions exist at once. And you also want a preferable version of this situation. So the version of Aries that has the most loving, fulfilling, honest, loyal, stable, committed relationship, if that's what you want, If it's not Aries, and maybe you just want this person to come in and be excited by you and passionate and more loving, for example, you also can have that, but you're going to have to decide. And you have to assume that it's available and that is who they are. Okay? Partying. There's something here about like juggling, not prioritizing. Now, they could feel like that's you, having fun, time with friends, living in the moment. I mean, someone could be a bit overindulgent, addiction. Possession and control, emotional block, King of Cups in reverse. Codependent, obsession and restraint. So I did say this could be what has been ping-ponged back and forth. Camera though, reminiscing, learn from the past, perception. Healing heart, toxicity or addiction, healing heartbreak, abusive relationship. Now, you may have selected a person that had past toxic relationships, then projected this into your situation. I'm not giving them a free pass, guys, but we need to understand why Aries selected that, because they were then, they were mirroring something back to you. For those of you that have had toxicity in your past and it's now a repeat, law of assumption, guys, let's take care of you so that you don't have any subconscious beliefs and assumptions that would never happen to you, so you can have a really nice, healthy relationship. Because this is like mixed, you've got have faith, love is coming, struck by love. So there's a wanting to persist. There's also maybe a waiting to do that because something here has happened between the two of you. Now, if you want this person to reach out and they haven't, Aries, you can manifest that. So go and look at like manifesting specific person. And if you want them to change also, specific person conform. Look at topics like that. If you want to let go of the past with this person, you're having trouble letting go of the old version, I've done a live with Naya, releasing the old story. You can also look at coaches that talk about releasing the old story or revision for you as well, even if you don't want this. I've never been left, cheated, love is safe, whatever it is that's challenging you, okay? Sunglasses, watching, looking, perception, stalking. So there could be a bit of that, keeping an eye on you. Old school, outdated thinking, replaying events over in their head. A lot of this obsessing about everything. Now, the toxicity also could be a childhood thing and a conditioning, and that's the outdated thinking. So if you're dealing with someone that has like a certain way of showing up in relationships, that could be some kind of conditioning that's not very healthy, like whatever. Conditioning literally says conditioning. Childhood wounding, or this is how you're meant to show up, and that's like the toxic trait, and then that's crystallized in toxic relationships, and this is another potentially toxic kind of a thing, because there's a lot of this possession and control, obsession and restraint, emotional block. Clock, needing time to heal, progressing. That's that 3 of Wands that I was seeing before when I was shuffling. I'll stick to it. So this seems to feel like need time out to heal, still keeping an eye on each other, healing toxicity. And then I also have wedding rings, union and marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, devotion with new phase and rekindle. So wanting in time to rekindle this. Hierophant card is about marriage and commitment and devotion. So see how it's half-half, Aries. If you want this, partly this person, so they're half-half because you're wavering between the part of you that accepts that there is a healthy, healed, amazing, loving version available now, and that you feel like this person doesn't love you, that they're just toxic, potentially another toxic situation, because they're mirroring, again, some kind of a trigger. And if you waver in and out, that's where you're at. You're manifesting from that place. So they, needing time. It says progressing. So look, right now I didn't see much around gestures and things. So go away today, Aries, and if you want to change it, fuck it all away and focus on exactly what you want. Or if it's just like you hate this person, guys, focus on the self-concept, okay? And shift into that so you have like more enjoyable experiences and you can manifest fucking anything. Let me get a romance angel. Let go of control issues. Oh my gosh, Aries. Right? Possession and control, obsession and restraint. This sounds like a running, chasing, avoidant, anxious thing. Again, labels and only one version and one timeline. But there you go. Love yourself first. triggering a self-love and a self-worth issue. What else do we have? I did see chemistry, so it feels like there is a very strong attraction. Okay, getting to know each other, keep an open mind, forgiving and learning. Okay, so all this control issues and obsession and restraint, possession and control, not feeling safe to open up. So what's happened is it's gotten in the way of really being truthful and honest with one another and going on that deeper level. Okay, because that's that King of Swords, like actually being open and honest, or actually opening the heart space. Okay, I do feel if you focused on that aspect, then you would get a renewal here. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So that's available. But there's also potentially, Aries, other energies. You know, you have an Ace of Wands and a Wheel of Fortune. If you've been doing the work on yourself and self-mastery, some of you are exploring a new passionate opportunity, and we have Wheel of Fortune, which could be like a really nice shift, and something also that feels destined, because keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Now, first and foremost, expectations. Law of assumption is the law of expectancy, guys. So whatever these cards say, and whatever you want to label what's happened before with this person or in the past, they are your mirror. Okay, you can have them shift for you. You might have had an unconscious expectation of how people show up. That's not a very good one. Okay, now again, this person, if you shift, they will shift. Or if you're moving forward, because forgiving and learning, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. If you're exploring a new opportunity, well, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Any of them, actually, when you change your version of who you're being and your dominant assumptions, you can have any person be a different version, guys. It's just a mirror. So change your expectancy and your assumptions. So even if you're done with this, good, fine. But you will experience more love in your present moments if you understand that not everything has to be how you've experienced it before. And if you take back control and shift your thoughts and your assumptions and your beliefs and project that outwards, you'll get a different result. Okay, Aries, I hope that that resonated for you. And if so, you can give me a like and a comment, please. And I'll check in with you guys in 2 weeks' time. Lots of love.